The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Here we go. 11 empty. Stop.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
Finding space at the 40.
Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the stick. Looking like Check mash. 3.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
They'll run for it. Chubb. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You want some explanations.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Rolling to his right. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Jones. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Throwing Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
They went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
11 MT, hey! 11,
now Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because
here we go.
I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
From the 27, Jones going deep downfield for Ross. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Down inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 35. How about this 1st quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon Jackson, his second rushing touchdown on the year.
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Jones now. Off play action. Going deep downfield for Ross.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And Burrow going to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
I've heard you say that so much of being a great inside linebacker is diagnosis, and that time he diagnosed things instantly, made a beeline for the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That third down conversion good for 23. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his third interception. And some room to maneuver. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Burrow on play action.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Check, man. Check, man.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ballgame, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
11.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Again, he'll drop to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. To the air again, Burrow. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Browns drive about to get started. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to John Ross. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12.
Now Burrow on 1st down.
And the screen unsuccessfully dropped him.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10.
And he comes back with one complete.
On the move past the 40. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
This complete to Lockett. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 75. And the Bengals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it is 42-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They run again on 1st down. Chubb.
They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. We're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now You just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw. Jones. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in the second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will we be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they go play action now. Burrow. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Again, it's Burrow. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 74 yards. And the Browns are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy.
He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. First down. Here's Burrow. It's caught. Lockett. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett, his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use it.
And now here's another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense can very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake, here's Burrow, rolling to his left. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, fans usually...
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside.